Managers, are you ready to reimagine your teams so you can unlock and activate their full potential? Hi, I'm Roger Bailey. Over the years, I've worked in organizing, operating, building, and repairing hardware and software equipment on production lines. Some of these production lines were low tech, like the end table lamp manufacturing company where I worked in New York City while I was attending university in the early 70s. Others were extremely high-tech, like the ones I worked on while I was a senior programmer analyst at IBM. For example, one production line prototype was designed to create an automated computer chip manufacturing facility where sand was poured in at the beginning of the line and computer chips came out the end of the line. Here's more of my background having to do with improving how people perform. I have a BS in social science from Fordham in 72 and an MS in counseling from the University of Bridgeport in 77. Since 1980, I have focused on identifying how each person performs their tasks and achieves their outcomes. I've also taken a deep dive into studying linguistics, where I learned how our brains are structured in ways that are similar to how we have structured our modern high-tech computers and operating systems. But right now, I want to tell you about my hiring and managing profiling system, which gives managers like you a clear-cut, easy-to-learn, easy-to-use, practical way of improving production results by finding, hiring, training, managing, influencing, and motivating your current and future employees, your clients, your service providers, your own supervisor, and even motivating yourself. My profiling system is the language and behavior profile, or the lab profile. The lab profile is not psychological. It is simply practical. Let me put this into perspective. Most of us have heard conversations about some people being toward and other people being away from, where toward is somehow considered to be favorable and away from is somehow unfavorable. But with the lab profile, we recognize that toward folks are being goal-oriented, and away from folks are being avoidance-oriented. Both of these groups provide valuable results in the workplace. Toward folks are best in situations where achieving the goal is the outcome. Production, getting boxes out the door, scheduling, stuff like that. And away from folks are best in situations where avoiding problems is the outcome. Safety, product testing, auditing, stuff like that. The lab profile teaches you 17 sets of patterns, and everyone has a primary pattern in each of these 17 sets. The lab profile training teaches you how to have people reveal which patterns are their primary way of thinking, acting, and being motivated. So you can know if and where a person with that primary pattern set fits in your organization. And you can know how to motivate them to join your organization if they fit and if you want them. The lab profile gives you a practical way of understanding people and their tendencies. It also gives you a way to recognize their patterns. Where does that set of patterns fit within your organization? How to motivate and influence each individual with that set of patterns, as well as how to motivate and influence groups depending on their patterns. So the profiling task the lab profile accomplishes is about finding a person's repertoire of patterns and helping decision makers figure out exactly where that set of patterns this person has is needed for successful performance of the organization's overall outcomes. With the lab profile, managers achieve better talent acquisition and management. The lab profile helps managers identify high potential prospects and employees and provides them with the support and the development experiences they need to reach their full potential in their organization. Better communication. By understanding the communication styles and preferences of each team member, managers can improve the way they communicate with and motivate their team, resulting in better collaboration and teamwork. Improved employee engagement. By providing employees with an understanding of their own strengths and weaknesses, the lab profile can help them feel more engaged and motivated in their work, leading to more productivity, as well as improved job satisfaction and longer retention. Scalability. The lab profile system is easily scalable, so managers and supervisors can monitor and optimize their teams across multiple sites and locations. Customization. The lab profile is designed to be tailored to the specific needs of your organization, providing insights that are the most relevant and actionable for your team and your outcomes. When you profile your existing top performers, you end up identifying the innate capabilities needed for success in your organization. Ease of learning. The lab profile is provided to you as a video course. Participants in this course learn how people operate in 17 categories, including 54 precise ways of thinking and acting. Hey, this is a very complete and professional program which teaches you a set of skills which dramatically improves how you and how your whole team performs. Ease of learning. You and your managers and supervisors learn how each one of your organization's top performers, common ways of thinking and acting, is usually the best way of performing tasks for overall success in the organization. Ease of use. And your managers and supervisors learn how to recognize exactly how a specific person operates and how to motivate that specific person and give them tasks at which they will naturally succeed. This means that you and your managers learn how to ask specific questions and learn how to recognize a person's patterns by how that person responds to those specific questions. Maintaining focus in work situations. The questions of the profile are focused on work. The significance of the responses are focused on work. Each of the 54 patterns you learn about include information about how managers can motivate and influence people in the workplace who have each specific pattern of thinking and behavior. Reframing your beliefs about thinking, behavior, and performance. Each of the patterns taught in the lab profile are presented without value judgments. These patterns being taught are neither good nor bad. The lab profile training is about identifying the patterns of a person and knowing how to utilize those patterns to achieve the outcomes of the organization. Reframing your thinking. As you learn the lab profile, you will encounter new information for you, and you will start to understand how some patterns you have previously thought of as bad or inappropriate may actually have a place where that particular way of thinking and acting is actually the solution to an age-old problem. How to get started with the lab profile. The lab profile is a video course, and you purchase access to this course. It is a complete training program which has been packaged so that you learn how to perform the lab profile interview, recognize a person's patterns by how they answer the questions, and so you can fit these people into tasks they naturally perform well. How to get started today? Click the link provided to sign up for the lab profile training.